Ding. 1, 2, 3. Let's see if the stream is working. Good morning. Good morning. Let's see if the stream is. Looks like it's working on X. I think we're good. I think we should be good. Let me get the link out. Bum ba dum ba dum ba dum ba dum ba bum ba bum bum. Someone said Tesla's dying. Oh no. All right. Link is sent out in Discord for the live stream. We're almost at 40,000 followers on the X account, so let's go. Let's see. All right. YouTube's working. Good morning. Pull up the chat. Good morning, Liv. Yes, appreciate you. Everybody, please like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Again, I will be using the YouTube channel more and more once we get moved over to the new house and the new office and have the full PC setup. Got US market opening up here in less than 3 minutes now. Someone said Tesla was dying. Wait, Tesla's not dying. TJ, I think that's just a little over dramatic. Other than the dude, Discord has been bugging. So later on today, we are going to have some guests on here. We are going to have the team over at Bullflow come on. Gonna do some market talk, looking at some charts, Q&A, whatever you want to do, live education. Fridays are just kind of chilled and laid back. You grind Monday through Thursday, make most of the money, and then use some of the profits to, make even more profits on Friday potentially, or just don't really trade on Friday too much, and just wait to see how the week starts to close on some of these names, looking at how the Friday daily is closing, and then also how the weekly chart is closing on some names coming around 2 p.m. Eastern, and then look for potential swing trades to swing over the weekend into next week. That's kind of what I do for Fridays. The mornings kind of just, chill, lay back, might grab a few things here and there for fun, just risking a little bit of profits, but it's waiting for the back half of the day for swing setups. So we'll see. A little inverse head and shoulders action setting up right here on QQQ. And SPY here intraday on this little 5-minute and pre-market. Dude. I believe YouTube does have slightly less of a delay. All right, 10 minutes until US market open. Good morning, Allie. Good morning. Let's see. MSTR absolutely had an insane last 2 days. It was quite Crazy indeed. Small account is up nicely. My Amazon lottos that I swung are coming back. Is Amazon having a great morning or something? Whoa, Amazon. So I took some Amazon lottos. They ripped just a little over 30% the next day. And I trimmed some and then left a few, and they're still now moving back up. Very nice. Dun, 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 dun. Inverse head and shoulders right there before pre-market. Popping up on SPY and QQQ. Let's see how the internals are looking. Vol D negative. Vol DQ positive. Opening tick minus 1200. Minus 1200 on the tick. So if it lives up to, the thesis here for looking at tick, look at VIX back up to the same level right here that I have. Trend day, have a potential trend day coming in on the market. So Vol D is negative. Vol DQ opened up positive. Ripper candle at the open and just retraced back to previous day low on SPY. QQQ looking slightly stronger than the SPYs. You have Tesla opening up a little red. Apple opening up a little red. Google filling the gap here from the overnight drop, went straight back. It just filled the gap at 177.55. Got a wicked candle right out of the open. IWM and SPY and Qs obviously all opening up red. Amazon, the only green name on my watch list other than Circle. Ooh, watch Circle here. Dude, I've traded the freaking Circle calls like multiple times. All just intraday little lottos for momentum. Always calls too, and they were to the upside. Watch Circle right here. Let's go check. Circle is in a 30-minute squeeze that fired right here at the opening candle. And is back in the middle of the overall kind of little choppy range that it has, but then you have your little midpoint area kind of right across the middle right here. This is where Circle's just kind of ping-ponging around. So it just fired a 30-minute squeeze, ripped it upside, and now right back to the midpoint. SPY's candle is actually going red. Q's is green, which again, Vol D was negative, but Vol DQ was positive. Look at the heat map real quick. I mean, a lot of things are red right here. NVIDIA slightly green. Amazon the greenest out of the bunch, which Amazon... I think I might sell some options on Amazon. Oh, those Oracle puts paid? Nah, someone in the Discord asked my opinion on Oracle. And I was like, it's looking good for a retracement. Go to the daily. Little overextended after this move up right here. I was like, it's looking a little overextended, can give a potential little bit of a pullback. And it did just come back down to spot right about here. If it gets underneath that 230, it can get ugly. But yeah, it had a decent pullback yesterday. Look at that right there, all at the highs. Came all the way down, and then market closed, even put swing. Extra little bit gains right there. Nice job. People are saying googly. It had that gap fill, was looking strong. Yeah, it filled the gap. It just retested the level. This is where I took the calls yesterday. Was right here. It just did a break in, break above, filled the gap, and now it's pulling back to retest right now. Good morning. Good morning. Swung the 262.5 puts. Is that on Oracle? You mean 232.5s? Otherwise, you went deep in the money. NVIDIA new all-time high? Question mark. Yo, 165. Oh my goodness gracious, NVIDIA. It is my second largest holding right now. Believe it or not, my largest holding is Amazon. Oh my goodness. About to be up 70% on NVIDIA equity. Put that in the Discord real quick. Since the April dip, almost up 70% on shares of NVIDIA for that dip. All right, SoundHound. Let's see what happens here. So I'm in puts on SoundHound. All right, I took $11 puts for September for a swing a few days ago. So I really liked the resistance right up here. All right. I really like that resistance right up there. I wanted to see a move from yellow to yellow, from here to here, which it did. But if you'll see, both times, big reactions it held. So yesterday, SoundHound finally broke underneath here and actually hit my first target zone downside before I'm targeting 11 to get these in the money. It bounced back up, it rejected it, came back down, kind of closed under, and now it's back down here again. So now it's between where I want it to stay below before I close out the rest. But I'm looking for it to come back down here into this zone, break the zone, and then go lower down to 11. So would like to see that set up on SoundHound. That would be fantastic to get these 11s in the money. VU is your largest, and then Amazon. Nice. 430 shares of Amazon, had 500, but trimming to 4. Nice. I'm still holding majority of my NVIDIA. I really want to lock in some, but there's no freaking way. Look at that freaking reversal on Circle. Holy shit. Oh my goodness. MSTR. What a freaking banger. Tesla's dumping. New lows. Google rejecting the gap. You hear me talking about names, but it's not on the chart. That's because I'm in my broker on Webull right now. Q's coming down. SPY coming down. VIX bouncing off that level with Vol D being negative. I mean, kind of makes sense. We're just pinned between two big areas right now. Someone said Thinkorswim is down. Oh no. I ditched Thinkorswim Charles Schwab, about a year ago, was live on stream one morning, and I couldn't get into my account for about the first 2 hours of the day with a bunch of open positions. They cost me just about over $1,000. It happened again. They cost me about another like 500 or 600. And then the third time it happened, I said I'm done, and I took all of my money out of there. So yeah, I've had issues with Charles Schwab, Thinkorswim prior, and no longer using them. IWM looking pretty weak right here. It's in a little 5-minute squeeze, looking like it wants to move downside. You got some big support down here underneath the 222 area, but this is not looking good for the iDubbbz. Here's that big support right here. Yeah. So watch for a move down to there. Underneath that 222 area, that can get pretty ugly. Spine cues, pulling back. Someone said my port is dying and TOS is down. Yee. Ooh. Oh no. I'm hedged on my SoFi shares a month out just in case RSI is running. Hit 25. Me too. I'm 100% looking to get 100% on my SoFi equity position. Oh my goodness, SoFi is just a freaking... Look, it's probably still here on the chart. Look, I drew the rocket ship. Look, and then that shows where I took entry. Hold on. Let me get rid of a few things. I don't need this. I don't need the ribbon right now. I don't need that. Turn this off. We'll turn this off. Right there. That is where I took my SoFi equity position. It was right here at this yellow line. It got a nice move up to like 14, 15 bucks, pulled back down, and then just freaking ripper. Put the rocket ship on here. I was like, all right, go to the next yellow level. And it did. Went to 17. Let me pull up. I'll show you guys right now. Let's see. SoFi equity position is it's up as much as my NVIDIA, just shy of 70. I'll tell you right here. See if I can pull this up. Here's my SoFi. You guys can see SoFi. Oh, will it do it? Maybe. Maybe not. Oh, there you go. 67.35% on my SoFi equity. It's insane. Absolutely insane. NVIDIA is about to hit 70%. NVIDIA is absolutely ripping here. Look at this. Look at this bad boy go. Look at this bad boy go. Any flow on Bullflow? I'm sure there's a ton of it. Oh my goodness gracious. NVIDIA is just doing the thing. Can NVIDIA just go to like 170? Would be insane. Would be insane. I have, let me go check. Let me go check my IRA for those ads on. So I recently added shares of Hui in my IRA. Those shares are up 12%. I recently added more MSTY. Those are up 7%. And then a newer one was the Roundhill Bitcoin covered call strategy. Bought those around 46 bucks. It is at 48.85. So those shares are up nicely as well. And I don't really do too much in that account other than just buy the dip on a few of these, but they're mainly dividend paying names. So recently sent those out. Some urgent repeater flow just came in on Bullflow of Meta 710 puts. Rutro Raggy. Oh, Meta's dying. It was the Meta 710s. Looks like they were slapping them all morning. And they're about to be... No, they just went in the money. Look at that. Let me go click on the alert. See when they started rolling in. If you guys haven't already, if you're on the X live stream here, if you could, my cost basis on SoFi is $12.90 right now. If you go to my X profile, and I have a community set up called long-term trading, and it's just where I share a lot of the things that I'm holding long-term, SoFi being one of them. You'll see my exact position on SoFi and those shares over there. So go check that out. And while you're on X, if you could please like and repost the stream, please, I would greatly appreciate it. It is recorded as always. That way people can watch this session later on if they could not attend this session live. Also, make sure you are following the Casey Trades X account. We are about to hit 40,000 followers. So if we hit 40,000 followers, we're going to do a giveaway. So let's try and get 40,000. And then like Liv said, make sure you go over to the YouTube channel, like and subscribe to that as well. We're going to be using that a lot more in the future. SPY coming back down to that level. Nice pop up on VIX. Valdez still cruising lower. 1 + 2 = 3. Downside on SPY, back down to the level. Underneath here, it's not the best. Not the best look. Etsy call, I think that's already done and over with. I mean, I could be wrong. Those Etsy's are already doing the diddly. I sent the chart out too for those $55 and $60 calls potentially for what Lindsay Bullish Bee was talking about for that chart, and it absolutely played out beautifully. Someone said, "Yep, Casey put that rocket on NVIDIA." I mean, can it go any higher? Of course it can. Let's go over here. We got put the rocket ship on there. Let me go look at that repeated flow. When did that start coming in? At 7:39. Started coming in at 7:41. They were hitting those Meta 710s above the ask at 9:41. NVIDIA is still pushing here. So if we go to Meta, let's go look at 9:41. Just go to like a 3-minute chart or something. So the first one came in around 9:39, and then 9:41 it really started to come in. So here, and then they came in above the ask again, and again, all within like 3 minutes. Very disgusting. Disgusting downside move. And then they went in the money. Oh, look, you add the rocket. Boom! Look at that. Who told me to add the rocket? And that it always works. There you go. There you go, boo. Not B-O-O, B-U in the Discord. Look at that. Look. Just add the rocket, draw a magnet, and it works. I sent the chart out recently of us in the Discord taking trades on MSTR. And we put the magnet and the chart on the freaking chart for the live stream. You're up 70% on NVIDIA. Let's go. Getting a nice rebound here across the board. Google off that level. Google off the same level. We just had it on the chart. Look. Look, they're buying that shit up. They're about to go back for a new high a day. That NVIDIA candle, though, you can't make that up. That's hilarious. The fact that we just drew this rocket ship on there and then out of nowhere, it's like, all right, cool. Let's just go make new highs. Apple's getting some lower wicks off 210. I don't mind that. PLTR is pushing up higher as well. Looking good. Soundhound just made a new low of day. It's under 12. Again, still looking for a little bit lower there. Ooh, McDonald's with a good move this morning. NVIDIA call flow repeater. Just got an alert. A lot of NVIDIA calls coming in of 162.5s and 167.5s. Coming in above the ask. NVIDIA, 167.5 calls for today's expiration. Google, new high a day. Googly doogly. NVIDIA, 170 calls now rolling through. Do, 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 do. NVIDIA. I mean, that's where I said earlier. I was like, can NVIDIA go to 170 today? Those 170s are stupid cheap. What? There's no way. There's no way. $718. Okay. So the one, there it is. Okay, for this, they're for next week's, the 170s. The 167.5s and the 162.5s that were rolling in this morning, and still as of 2 or 3 minutes ago, that was for today. But 170 calls for next week on NVIDIA. Go look at the volume on those bad boys. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. They're about $1.55 here. Absolutely insane of a move. Bounce on QQQ, bounce on SPY, right at the bottom level, straight back to the top. Insane. Let's go, Casey. Boo. The 167.5s up 93%. Great freaking job. Brandon, 130% on NVIDIA. Great job. Let's go. Great job, guys. Great work. What else going on in the Discord this morning? I haven't seen. Look at what Bishop alerted in the Discord. I ain't freaking traded that name in forever. All right. So do I have to? I mean, okay. If you mark 170, I mean, put the rocket ship on here. Right. Put the rocket ship. I mean, does it go to 170 today? Like, I don't know if it can go up to 170 today, but would be insane. Would be insane. All right, there's equilibrium back tests on Qs and the level on SPY. They still haven't really gone anywhere. DAL, 55 calls for June 2026, 1.4 million at the ask. Whoa. Someone just took a, I mean, it's already up nicely. 55s, they're right here at the money. Interesting. Let me isolate that contract real quick. I think that's it. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, 1.4 million of Delta, 55 calls for 6/18/2026. Very interesting. Tesla giving a nice recovery. Tesla still needs to fill that gap upside. I'm notorious for trading Tesla on Fridays and catching plus 100%. Shall we do it again? So the 312.5s have potential to go in the money for the gap fill. They're about a $1.40, $1.42 right here. The 315s a little bit farther out of the money. They're cheaper. They're $88 right now. Tesla. All right, Teslers. Let's see what she can do. Tesla, Tesla, Tesla. Ripper, new high a day. Did it fill the gap or did it? No. 312.73. Hasn't got there just yet. Still needs a little bit more to go. It's in a 15-minute squeeze. Huge 15-minute squeeze. Yeah, let's go. Send this bad boy. Come on. 30-minute squeeze. Come on. You know you want to, Tesla. Just rip it. Rip it real good. Big candle spine cues breaking out of the zone. Someone said mine's not working. Try the Charles Schwab app. Just delete them. Take all your money out and just delete them. Never use them again. Come on, Tesla. Rip them. Rip these calls. We'll rip it real good. Can you take it higher? Can you take it higher? Tick just hit the 0 line. Not getting the best reaction off of it, but spine Q still looking good. I think Tesla might need a rocket emoji to just go from one zone to the other real quick. Let's put a little rocket emoji over here. Let's just see. Let's go from one zone to the other. Let's just see. Can you take it higher? Google's getting some wild candles up there near that gap fill, but looking good. Any thoughts on Oscar? I'm long Oscar. I have shares. Whoa, just got an alert on Tesla. And I just got filled. Woo! For a trim. Yay. I had an order set at 118 from 88. And it just hit. Yay. Now I'm going to put my stop at 88. And put another one at 150. And then 100% from here. Actually, I'll put my stop at 84. That'll be fine. See if it gets up there. If it hits, then I'll just re-enter again on another pullback and see if it can go. But nice pop there on those premiums. Shopify getting a little bit of a candle. MSTR still holding up nicely. Down, down, down. IWM not new high of day yet. Palantir still looking very good. Everyone that's in the Discord must be new. Not on Fridays. I think text alerting 0 DTE options, it's about dumb. It's like alerting and queue like anything other than like being on a live stream, because it's like, especially like 0 DTE SPX, right? You take 0 DTE SPX calls or puts, right? And they're at 200. And literally they can go to 240, 250 in a matter of, seconds. Usually they're smaller time frame trades. And premiums are obviously very, very volatile. So at time, you type out the alert, send it through. It goes through the bot. It sends from the bot to the alert channel. The alert channel gives them a notification. They open up their phone to the app to see the notification. They read the notification for the trade. They open up their broker. They go into the SPX options chain. By that time, do you think those premiums are probably anywhere near where they were when the other person took the trade? It's like, no. Look, it's like warning a deer about the car after being hit. Essentially, like, yeah, like that's just how it is. Hood pushing, nice. Fridays again, I like waiting until after 2 p.m. EST for swing trade setups over the weekend for seeing how names are closing for the week. For new members that don't know. Tick moving up. SPY holding above the level. It's looking good. 15-minute squeeze on QQQ. Moving to the upside. Calls are looking good on SPY here. MSTR looks really nice. Google still fighting the same level. Apple still fighting around 211. Tesla stop hit on the rest. About to retest EMAs. Everything's stuck between two major points. EOSE just got a nice candle. Amazon is one of the best looking names. I really like SPY calls for the small account challenge, even though I usually don't trade the small account challenge on Fridays. I told myself that would be breaking the rules if I did. But if we can see a little bit of a pullback on this next 5-minute candle and then see how it reacts, I like it holding above here and then reclaiming previous day low, hold the EMAs and VWAP, get a bounce, reclaim, and then get the rest of the move upside. What was I about to pull up? Amazonian is looking the best. I think I want to do a calendar spread. I think I want to do a calendar spread on Amazon with these lotto calls. Potentially, yes. But we shall see. McDonald's brought their snack wraps back and the stock is ripping. I mean, that makes sense 100%. Yeah. McDonald's brings back the snack wraps and it starts ripping. Yeah. I mean, that's bullish. It's very bullish. So Vol D is still very negative. Tick is still not over the 0 line. So I would like for Tick to get above the 0 line. I would like for VIX to lose this level. I would like Vol DQ to continue ripping, and then Vol D to play a little bit of catch up here. And then see SPY and Qs pull back, give an entry, hold above, and then go for this move higher for some calls. Vol D is just not acting the best. VIX is right at the level, Tick's right underneath of it, so we're in a little bit of a pickle right here, but I would like to see more upside. Rules are there to be broken. That's true. That's very true. Rules are meant to be broken. Let me go through this watch list. Palantir getting a lot of upper wicks. Apple is ripping. Google is rejecting. That's a candle on Apple. All right, there goes SPY. Look at Apple. Right off 210. Look at those bottom wicks right off that level. Look at that. Beautiful. Buyers are present right off a support level, ripping new high a day. Yeah. Apple nice bounce so far, added to the position off the 210. I don't know if the one here has churros. All right, Vol D not looking good. Tick not looking good. I'm not in calls. I still have to wait for that setup. I still think you can give a little bit of a pullback before it goes higher. I like to be picky with my entries on SPY and Qs. Dun, 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 dun. Trump says Powell is doing a terrible job. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Dude, I know, I swear. He hates that man. He absolutely hates that man. Let me send the link to copy link to clipboard. Let me send it to the guys over at Bullflow. Let them know this is the link for them to join in later here. It's like Trump doesn't actually want rate cuts. I think he's just trying to like force him to do it. He's like, dude, just freaking do it. All right, here's the pullback a little bit on Qs and SPY. All right. Kind of want to give it a whirl here on the small account for calls. It'll be a very small position because it's Friday. It would be Mondays. It would be Monday expiration. 624s or 625s here on SPY. They're at $1.70 and $1.25. Let me get these pulled up. All right, I got them pulled up on the broker. Valdi, nice candle. Apple, nice candle. I mean, I think things are looking good. Google, straight back down to the bottom of the zone. Trump, I may talk to Brazil on tariffs at some point. I think I might have better luck on Qs for calls versus SPY. I like the 556s for Monday. They're at $1.47 right here. They're July 14 expiration, the Mondays. We got still a little bit until this candle closes, but I like it. The tick's not above the zero line. Vol D is obviously still negative. Vol DQ is positive. VIX is right at the level, but I still like it. You got 2 minutes left until this candle closes. Gave a little bit of a pullback. Nice little retest. Apple's right at the equilibrium. I mean, I think it looks good on Qs, honestly. All right. Let's see. Premium Discord team. Break some rules. Break some rules. Oh my goodness. Google hit the bottom of the zone. Look at the candle. I was like, Google's dumping. It's hitting the bottom of the zone over on my Weeble chart, and it just went straight back up. It's just around this pre-market low area right here where the discount zone is. And it just wicked straight back up to it. Oh, SPY candle. Come on. Trump asked if he'll fire Powell. Answer, no. What did Trump just say about Canada? Tick still can't get over the zero line. I know. I think once Tick gets over that zero line, VIX loses this level. Valdi and Valdi Q, they're looking good and looking strong here. I think we can finally get the pop up. That's a big reaction on that googly doogly do. And got the gap fill above, so just freaking send it. SPY's gap is actually a lot farther away than Q's is. All right, QQQ, new high a day. SPY, new high a day. Let's see what happens up here. Come on. There's zero line test on the tick. Double bottom on IWM, maybe on the 5-minute. Ooh. A little bit higher low, but it looks good. IWM is in a squeeze on the 15-minute. It's lagging a little bit behind SPY and Qs, honestly. SPY and Qs look a little bit stronger here. All right, come on now. Come on now. All right, here we go. All right. I'm going to take a trim. Premium Discord team small account challenge trimmed. Yay! There we go. All right. Now let's keep this trade green. Let's keep it moving. All right. There we go. See if we can break this right here. Just sent the alert for the trim. Contracts are at 170 from the 147 entry on the QQQ 556 calls for Monday. We're up 16% right here. Woo! All right. Trade doesn't go red. After I take a profit trim on here, trade does not go red. I'm putting in orders for stops at entry and then profit trims above. All right. SPY looking good as well. Either one. I called out the SPY and QQQ. Depends on, I guess, your flavor. Both looking good, though. Both look good. Nice pullback. Held the level. Big green reaction off of it. Getting a nice pop up here. Want to see continuation on both SPY and Qs. Go up and fill those gaps. NVIDIA, let me see. 162.5 calls. Today's return of 94%. Overall return 491%. Holy bejeebus. Someone said NVIDIA launching in. I left the rocket over there. I left the rocket. Look, it's still right here. We put the magnet up to 170. Right? Those calls were rolling through. The 170s for next week. I mean, can it get there today? Can it get there today? Just send it. Send it to the moon. SPY, again, candle close over top of it and hold. Looking great. Breaks back underneath here. No bueno. Would like to see the full move up to there. Looks great. But took a trim right up here. Put a stop at entry. Let's see if we can get a little bit more continuation to trim out some more of these bad boys. What a bounce on Google. Dude, that was absolutely insane. Look at that. Absolutely wicked. No pun intended, because candlesticks have wicks. Some meta flow coming in right now of 7:15 calls for today expiration. Yeah, TOS down. TOS down. Come on now. Does SPY need the rocket ship emoji too? Alright. Let's do it. Okay, come on. Put the rocket ship on here. Alright. Go over here. Get the magnet. Put the magnet at the top. Come on. That's where you need to go. Alright. No! I inverted it! Oh no. SPY's gonna dump now. Oh, I jinxed it. Oh, that's my fault, guys. I jinxed it. It's gonna get freaking smacked. Absolutely. Oh, I accidentally put it upside down real quick. Bad juju. Googly doogly. Go, Google. Come on, SPY. You can do it. Go, 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 go. TSM 232.5 calls for 725. Not a position that I'm in, just talking about some flow I'm seeing coming in. There you go, SPY. SPY new high, Q's not a new high. Looks like the SPY premium probably was the way to go. Look, tick over the zero line. Look at that. VIX broke it. Vol D getting a nice pop to the upside. Vol D Q is still positive. Look at this, guys. Look, it's just 1 + 2 is 3. That's it. That's it. Look at this. Here we go. Trim some out. Don't be greedy. Don't be greedy. Don't be greedy. Trim some out. Over the zero line. Yes, sir. Look at that. There we go. Lock it up, lock it up, lock it up, lock it up. All right. Who made money? That's fun. It's always fun making money. 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 I'm about to take a trim on QQQ. It will fill my order. Filled. At 177. Nice. Well, this was great. This was great. This was great. Fantastic. I think Q's needs the rocket emoji too. I think if we do double rocket, it'll get there faster. I think if we do double rocket on SPY and QQQ, it'll get there faster. And these calls will rip. And then small account challenge is going to be up nicely. So let's just go ahead and get this over with. Right? All right, let's just go ahead and get it over with. Come on now. Get some screenshots over here. Looking good. Put a rocket on NVIDIA too. It already had the rocket. NVIDIA was the first one that I put the rocket on. Is Neo ripping? That was the stock earlier that I said that Bishop sent in the premium Discord. There's no freaking way. There's no way. He took calls on it. Oh my god. Dude. No way, Bishop. No freaking way. No way. Bishop. Bishop is one of our the market Bishop. If you've ever been on Spaces, he's came on there before. He's one of my analysts in the premium Discord. He took Neo calls this morning. Holy shit, dude. That's a name I haven't heard in trading forever. Nice job. Nice job. All right, Spy. I mean, Spy's gap fills a lot higher, but at least I want it to go right up there. Come on now. Spy, new high day. Well, I broke my rules for trading the small account challenge on a Friday, but the fact that I did it in front of 2,500 people, hey, I think that's pretty neat. I think it's great. Looking good. All right, 182. Looking good. Looking good. Beautiful. Easy, easy, easy up 25% here on these calls. Easy 25% on these calls, guys. Come on. Come on now. Easy. You took the SPY 625s. There you go. I think they're going to go in the money at some point. I don't know when, but I think they're looking great. Those are the ones I was looking at too. I switched the QQQ. They both, I think, performed very well. The 625s, let's go look. So 1005 was entry. Those contracts probably could have got around $1.30. Okay, and they're at $1.57. So they're up $27 per contract. QQQ, okay, 147 to 182. So QQQ contracts actually moving up better than SPYs. So I'm actually very happy that I did the switch, extra few dollars per contract gain. Trader's Bait took SPY 625 calls close to expiration. He did today's up 43% in the Discord. Fantastic. Let's go. Great job, guys. Great job, guys. Tesla's about to explode. I still think it has the potential to absolutely explode and go. It just made a new high a day. Look, it back tested. I missed it for the back test to get back in right there off the EMAs, and it just hit previous day high. I apologize. But I hit QQQ. So we're good. We're ripping. All right. Come on now. You got one more push. One more push. Where are those Teslas at? What'd they pull back down to? They pulled back down to 55. They popped back up, came back down 65, so could have got probably an entry around there in the 60s with a stop under the 55, and they just popped back up to 90. So not bad. Dude, did my neighbor just take that trade? No way he took the trade on Spire QQQ calls. Is he watching my stream? Chris, are you here? My neighbor watches my live streams, and he took my my call outs yesterday when I was trading Tesla and IWM. IWM was a banger yesterday. Tesla was fun. Both calls in the morning. He just texted me. He made $273 yesterday on those. He just made $150. Let me ask him what he traded. What did you trade? Let's go. What'd you trade? Where's Chris? Chris, are you watching? Ooh, ugly little 5-minute shooting star. He said QQQ. Let's go. Ugly 5-minute shooting star right at equilibrium on SPY. Ugly 5-minute shooting star right there. So pull back down, retest the EMAs. Want to see it continue higher. That would be ideal. Let's go. He took QQQ. Let's go. I mean, this dude was doing construction yesterday. Sitting. Let me see. What was he doing yesterday? He was in an excavator working yesterday and listening to my Discord stream. And he took those call outs. And now he's probably doing the same thing right now. And he just made $150 on QQQ. He said he got out. He closed because he got busy and can't keep up with it. Hey, man, $150 on this QQQ move? Fucking let's go. Lock it up. Let's go. That's awesome, bro. Dude, that's freaking awesome. Here we go. Can you take it higher? Come on now. All right, someone said TOS is back for the ones that are they've been waiting for that. Charles Schwab. More like Charles Slav. Chill. Come on. Go hit that next level. All right, dude, let's go. Let's freaking go. Look. We're absolutely crushed. Someone said, damn, NVIDIA. Is it ripping? Is it ripping or dumping? Tesla did not like, what was that, previous day high? Yeah. Oh! She's gonna do it! There you go. 170. Go! Did anyone take those 170s? Holy shit. I saw them at $1.35. Where are they at now? Do I even want to know? Probably not. They're for next week's too. Oh, they're at $1.95 from $1.35. Those NVIDIA 170s. I think that it was probably just some rolls or something from this morning. I'm just getting the push notifications from it. I don't have like the actual entire flow pulled up on my tab just yet, but that is insane of a move on NVIDIA. Come on, Spy. You're almost there. Just go do it. Just move up higher. QQQ, move up higher. You took the 167.50 DTE. Yeah. Yeah, it was 162.5s and 167.50 DTEs, and then it looks like they were rolling into the next week 170s. Both those went in the money. Obviously, 162.5s were already in there, but the 167.5s, here they are. So flow came in earlier on this pop-up here. Now those are in the money, and also those 170s for next week. So it's looking good, up 140%. Let's go. Shout out Bullflow. Sending the alerts for that. Let's go, Spy. Let's go, Q's. Come on. One more leg. One more leg. You can do it. You're almost there. New high day, Spy. Let's go. Hey, send me screenshots of your gains. I don't care if you make $50. I don't care if you make $5,000. Gains are gains. Everybody trades differently. Everybody has different risk management, different account size. It doesn't matter, right? Just follow your system, right? Execute with confidence. Fucking follow the plan and make money on your account. That's the goal. It doesn't matter. Never be scared to show your gains because you don't think they're enough. Right? There's a lot of people in the Discord that like weren't posting their gains for the day, like where they take a trade, make like 50, 60 bucks. I'm like, dude, that's freaking amazing. You make 50, 60 bucks from this trade right here. It's amazing. You do 2 out of 3 trades. I mean, 2 or 3 trades for the day. I mean, if you make an extra $100, $150 in the end, that's fantastic. If that's the only trade that you take, I mean, I think that's fantastic. I mean, it depends on like just your account size, your risk management, and stuff like that. I mean, it just comes down to you. But I mean, don't be afraid to, I mean, share it because you don't think it's like it's not worthy enough or something. There's just a lot of people that weren't posting it. They're like, yeah, I just don't post the gains because I'm trading with a smaller account. Like that doesn't matter. Like I want to see the progress. Like show the wins, show the losses, just show the progress. Let's go. Come on. New highs. Come on. We've drawn the rocket ships. We've drawn the magnets. I don't know what else. I don't know what else we can do. I think that's it. That's it. That's all we can do is draw rocket ships and magnets. Here we go. Here we go. Come on, you're a few cents away. Just pop it up a little bit more. Go hit these targets. Lock in 5% on the account again, 3 days in a row. NVIDIA's gonna go rip to 170 just out of nowhere. Well, come on. Internals, Vol DQ, new high a day. Perfect. Vol D, nice turnaround. Tick is above the 0 line. It's pulling back a little bit right now, but Tick's above the 0 line with VIX going lower. Again, 1 + 2 = 3. Caught the move. Caught the move right up here on SPY. Fantastic. Fantastic. We still want to see a little bit more. When do you go full port on it? Never. Absolutely never. NVIDIA calls went 145% with the rocket ship after that flow. Let's go. Great work. You're up 209% on NVIDIA calls. Let's go. Someone said, Casey, can you put the rocket ship on Amazonian as well? Let's go see. Does Amazonian need a rocket ship? Doesn't need. Oh, she's. Yeah. Okay. I see what we're working with right here. All right. Amazonian. Come on. Let me turn it. Here we go. Amazonian. Hold. Rocket ship. Lift off. Go to that target up there. There we go. See what she can do. Let's see what she can do. Well, this was an absolute fun little intraday trade so far on the SPY and QQQ. Tick. Massive drop on the tick. Massive drop on the Vol D there. Coming up to that final target area. Someone said Hui just wow. Yeah, Hui's looking good. I sent that in the long-term account in the premium Discord. Let me check when. On 6/18. paying some really... Look at the dividends that thing pays. Look at the dividends from Hui. Do you see that? That's insane. Absolutely insane. Almost like Google new high a day. Whoa. No way. Briefly new high a day right there. A lot of ping pong in there. Serious question. Seasonality is upon us. When do you start thinking about long SPY puts into August and September? Here soon. Here soon. Once July is over, I will start looking at some puts for September. Red candle SPY, red candle Qs, red candle tick, red candle vol D. Who took that trade? Who took the trade on SPY and QQQ calls there? We fucking sniped it. Sent the exact trade there in the premium Discord for the small account challenge. Let's go. Let's ride. Bow, chicka, bow, bow. Palantir's in a weird little pennant right up here. Look at that. Apple pulling back. Google gave the ripper. MSTR just made a brief new high day. Look at IWM. IWM looks like we're about to freaking crash and fall and burn. Nasty red candles coming in across the board. You gotta watch. I'm telling you, you gotta watch the tick. Look at Vol D. Look. Look. When you see... Getting alerts on AMD. When you see stuff like this happen, right, near an area of like resistance, it can be great short spot. So this is right at equilibrium. So you'll see the equilibrium zone that's right there. So that is a great target for upside to be trimming out of longs. If you're not long, then you can think the opposite side of it. I'm trimming and taking profits up here because this is where the bears can come into play, right? So a good bull needs to know where the bear is at. So if I'm a good bull and I bought calls right here, we're getting the pop up here to this equilibrium zone, I need to be locking in some gains. On the flip side of that, right, the bears are going to take advantage of that spot. And if you're not long, you can take advantage of a potential short opportunity, right, to go against it. The move that just happened right here. And then, boom, 1 + 2 = 3, right? Vol D selling off, tick goes back underneath the 0 line, potentially getting a bounce on VIX, which it did. Did get a little bounce on VIX. SPY coming near the area and rejected the resistance with a red candle, and it pulls back. So I think Google's gonna freaking do it, and I'm gonna put a rocket ship on it as well. I think it's gonna do it. I would love to see Google go to 180 today. I don't know if anybody has said it yet. I don't think anybody has said it yet, but I want Google to go to 180 today. 15-minute squeeze back above trend line here, reclaiming, get the move to previous day high. Above that, let's go 180. It's got the rocket ship now. Let's see. AMD V-shape recovery. I just got like a bunch of notifications on AMD as because it reclaimed a level. Very nice. I got it on Weeble, but it's correlating with what I have over here. It reclaimed this level right here. Looking nice. Oh, that looks like a giant bull flag here on AMD. 15 minutes. Oh, that's probably what, on the hourly? Look at that. Look at that. That looks beautiful. That looks beautiful. Oh, look at that strong 4-hour candle right off the trend line and right off the EMA. Oh, that looks good. I mean, it might get a nice sympathy move with NVIDIA here, and I mean, break that bull flag would be fantastic. But it did. That's a hanging man right there on the 5 minute. So intraday, that's not the most bullish sign, but it's at the top of the flag too. It's not a bad area for it to reject, but if it does get that breakout, that looks really good. Valdi about to make a new low of day. I'm very happy that on that move up right here, I did QQQ and I didn't do SPY. I got paid more premium. They moved a lot better, and the internals on Vol DQ were positive versus Vol D. So just made me feel a little bit better that I knew the internals were positive over there. What time frame do you recommend for 0 DTE, and basically what level specifically for 0 DTE? The levels itself is not based on I mean, that doesn't really have to do too much with the options chain. The levels would be like just technical analysis for what you have on the chart for that specific stock that you're looking to trade 0 DTEs on. For 0 DTE, anywhere from the 1 to 5 minute. I don't really look at the 1 and 2 minute chart too often. I usually just stick to the 5 minute. So Vol D, bye bye. Tick, bye bye. There's new lows on Vol D. SPY tick going down. That means it should be getting a nasty red candle. And it is. Qs getting a little bit of pullback as well. Not as significant as SPY. So that's good. I really do like that AMD chart. That does look very nice. MSTR 440s up 290%. Fantastic. Did I put the rocket ship on the googly woogly? I did. I put the rocket ship on the googly. I did. It's right there. I would love for it to go to 180. Right up there. So yeah, IWM. That's why when someone mentioned it earlier, I was like, with the setup right now across the chart, I don't think IWM looked good for a long. It looked better for a short. There it is, back down to the low of day. It's in a squeeze on the 5 minute, and again, it's in a squeeze on the 15 minute. We drew the zone right here, and it goes down to 222. And that's why I was like, underneath 222 is no bueno. It's right there. 15-minute squeeze is moving to the downside. I mean, tick, Vol D, now Vol DQ going lower, VIX going higher. That means all of these names should be getting red candles and going down. Red candle, downside. Red candle, downside. Red candle, downside. Now the question is this going to be a back test and then buyers step in, right, and put in a higher low? So right here, QQQ, this spot right here, are they going to step in and put in the higher low? And then tick bounces, goes back to the 0 line, goes higher. Vol DQ bounces, or sorry, Vol D bounces, Vol DQ stays positive, and internals start to then curl back up again. And then it makes the higher high on SPY and Qs after making this higher low pullback. We shall see. If it loses that, then I don't think it's coming. But getting the pullback here back down to areas of support. Shall see. Tick getting some nice bottom wicks right there. Sold 75% of my calls on QQQ. So very happy with that. Got very close to the target on SPY and Qs, and I haven't got stopped out yet on the last quarter. So still would like to see it go move up and hit that next target, but if it doesn't, then it locks in. Where I locked in majority of these games. I mean, I took calls. Oh, look at Bishop. Look what Bishop sent. Look what Bishop sent. Oh, let me go check Tesla. Oh, let me see. It got an evening star off previous day high. That's a sell signal right there. That's a sell signal right there. Previous day high rejection. That right there is an evening star. That's freaking. That's 100% puts right there. You see an evening star at an area like that, previous day high rejection, that's a great spot for it. But Bishop just took calls. I see what he's seeing. It's right here. Look, it marks it right there for you. I see what you're seeing. It's this spot right here. I get you. I get you. Freaking send it for him. Rip it for him. You have 290% on the NVIDIAs. Nice. Let's go. What's she doing? Stalling out a little bit? Just a little bit. I mean, this was an absolute ripper of a candle. Well, this was fun. What is that, Google? Ah! Go! Go! Need hood. Or sorry, hood moving nicely. Let's go hoodie. Let's go hoodie. Oh, it just got an evening star at the high right there too. 9 times out of 10. Next candle's red. That right there is an evening star at high of day. Google new high of day. About to go test previous day high. I think she needs the magnet. Think it needs the magnet. Think it needs it. That was an insane chart today. That was so funny. That's so funny. What's Gladiator doing? Oh! Oh no. What did he just send? It's my current trade that I take on my own time. Let's go. Let's go, Chris. Yo, Gladiator just sent something in the premium Discord. I'm not going to talk about what it is, though. I got stopped on the last of QQQ. That was a fun ride. That was the fun ride. This is a re-entry spot. It really is. So I'll look to see if they do hold it. It's literally bitch back down here to the same spot, but I just don't let. It's just a rule that I have. I just don't let it cost me money on the back end. So we'll see what happens right here. Back testing equilibrium on Qs, EMAs. But again, look at Vol D. Selling. Look at Vol DQ now, candle. Look at VIX popping. Like, I don't know. I don't know if I would try a long again. I caught the nice move here. Locked in some gains on the small account. Very happy. A red candle across the board except googly woogly. Let's go googly woogly. You hear my kids? I know you guys hear that shit. Do you hear them? Do you hear them? It's insane. I think they're out there playing with balloons. We got 3,000 people here on the live stream. Appreciate you guys. Casey, I'm I'm so regret that I did not renew my subscription. Dude, don't even worry about it. Come back next week. Thank you for Tesla. You made $200. Nice job. There you go. Look, one trade, $200 for the day. Nice and easy. Great work. The best, Casey talking about positions and the kids in the back yelling, "No!" They saw the QQQ candles. No, they're having a blast. It's the opposite. They're having a blast, actually. Those screams are like happy screams. They're out there playing. They're not pissed. They're having a grand old time right now in the living room. I can also turn the mic down, which should help, hopefully. It doesn't make me too quiet, but maybe you won't hear them as much. What's wrong with your kids? Dude, they're having a great time. They're having a great time in the living room with balloons. Oh, I can't type back on X. It only lets me do it on YouTube? Well, that's no fun. All right. Well, we had fun. Let me go post this real quick for the small account. Oh, somebody just went long. I just got a notification. What? QQQ lunch gains. Let's go. Great job. Yeah, in the premium Discord, make sure you guys put the profits in the profits channel. Nice work. Is that NVIDIA right there? $173. Nice job. Let me go get the chart real quick. I'm gonna go post this out. If you guys are on X, I would just appreciate a like, a repost, or something. Spy made me $60. Thank you, Casey. There you go. Let's roll. Let's freaking go. $60 in what? Less than or around a half hour worth of work? One trade? $60? Let's freaking go. So far, it does look like a good long. Oh, look at the tick. Ripper. Spy, nice bounce off the 21. Q's, nice bounce off equilibrium. I don't know. Some people are short. Some people are long right here. Everyone always gets iffy on the back test. They're like, oh, it's going to break. Other people are like, no, it's going to bounce. I don't know. I said it. That was the re-entry spot for new longs from earlier. So I mean, I don't know. And so far, it's getting a good reaction. We'll see. QQQ not getting as big of a bounce as SPY, but both getting a decent bounce here. Google! You took Google 180 0DTEs. Let's go. Someone said Amazonian Ripper. Are the rocket ships working? New highs. Briefly. It's got to get over that right there. It's got to get over that. It's right at the top of it. Hasn't happened just yet. Google, different story. I hope those 180s are freaking printing you money right now. Holy bejeebus. Can it do it? Can it do it? What a chart. Tesla lost the level and it just back tested the next level of support near that pre-market low area, like 307, like 50 or whatever it is. Nothing significant on Tesla right now. Nothing significant on Apple. We're in a tricky spot. I mean, they just bounced it off some support, and now it's just they either slam it here and just keep it pinned and work its way back down, or we just go sideways for a little bit. But Google, I think is, I think you're sitting pretty right now on those. Amazon urgent repeater call flow of 225s. Holy Amazon. There you go. There's your pop. Dude, the rocket ships are freaking working today. The rocket ships are working today. I just got another alert on AMD. What is AMD doing? Oh, it just retested and bounced off my level. Oh, let me make this post on X, and then I would just appreciate a like and repost. It was fun. I'll post a small account challenge. Oh no. It just said connection lost. Did it just stop the stream and start a new one? I hope not. Oh no. Hold up. Is the stream still going? I think it's still going. Restream just like glitched hard. I don't know if the stream is still going. I'll check it out in just a second. Or let me know in the comment section if the stream is still going, and I'll check it out. Someone said no frozen. Someone said yes, I hear you. Someone said we back. Someone said I hear and see you. Let's go. All right. All right. Let me get this post sent out real quick, and we're going to have Bullflow come in. So nice trade this morning. Let me go ahead and get this post sent out. So took QQQ calls on the small account challenge live in front of 2,500 people this morning. Appreciate you guys. Now there's 3,200 people in here. $556 calls and 147 to what was my highest trim? I want to make sure I put this right. To 177. They went to hit 185 before stop. Nice and easy gains. Account is up nicely this week. All right. Let me go send this out real quick. All right, so if you are on the X live stream, please go over to my post on X, top of my profile. You'll see the QQQ charts. You'll see the exact trade alerts there in the premium Discord, and then the small account right there. Nice little gains on that account. That account looking good from the $1,000 start to over $2,300 now. Send this out. All right, and we have our friends over at Bullflow coming up over here real quick for the last little bit of this live stream. Let me see if I can get them in here. All right, I see we have Alex and 7-Star Mike from Bullflow coming in. All right, Alex.
All right. Hey, Casey. Thanks
There,
for
what's
having us
going
here.
on, Alex? How you doing, man?
Great. Appreciate you having us hop on here.
Let me get my mic adjusted, make sure everything is good. And then 7-Star Mike, you there as well?
Hey, what's up?
What's up? How you guys doing?
Can't complain.
Sweet. How's the trading morning been so far for you guys?
So far has been great. We put out an alert yesterday on MSTR and you saw that massive gap up today, so everyone's happy about that.
Oh yeah, MSTR was very fun. Those 420s that were getting hit, I grabbed those, and then they went absolutely parabolic. And then that flow came in before the bell, and those 430s, 440s, and those even
Just kept
went
on going
parabolic
up.
overnight. It was fantastic.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how you want to do this, Casey. Maybe we can give just a short intro about Bullflow, and Mike can sort of jump into the bread and butter of what it is that we do.
Yeah. You got one of you guys as well can also share your screen if you have Bullflow pulled up and want to walk through. We can do that as well.
Okay, Mike, you're the screen master here. If you want to do that.
Sure.
Let's see.
All right. Well, so hi everyone. Thanks for having us here. I'm Alex. I'm one of the co-founders of Bullflow. We've been around for I think a bit over a year and a half now. And me and my co-founder Will, we both started this because we were retail options traders ourselves, and we've used a bunch of different platforms and tools, and we sort of thought the barrier to entry was not too easy. A lot of platforms out there are just too expensive for your average retail user, and so and a lot of them just have just an overflow of information you just don't even know what to do with. So that's kind of what inspired us to get out there and create our own product, which is why we created Bullflow. And our goal is really just to have a super affordable product that every retail options trader or even just regular stock trader can have access to and can easily integrate into their options trading routine, right? So we have a very easy to use, intuitive platform. It doesn't take a mastermind trader to sort of figure out how to use our platform, but obviously we also have our friend and flow expert 7-Star Mike here, who is live during the trading day to teach and educate how to use Bullflow and how to just trade options. And so essentially, we're an unusual options flow platform. We highlight unusual options activity throughout the market day. And that's really just to give traders an extra edge in the market to compete against, large hedge funds, institutions, uh, people with really big money and just plenty of information. We boil that into just one small package product, $29 a month, that can give you access to alerts and unusual options flow to, make us all more profitable traders. So that's my little spiel. Mike can jump into what Bullflow is exactly and how we like to use
should
it.
have a button on your screen that says like be able to share your screen or screen share. You should see that on there. And then it will
I don't see anything on my end.
No.
It's to the right of the camera button in the middle of the screen. I
Yeah.
can hear mine. If
There
that
it
works.
is. Okay.
Okay.
And then whenever you share it, it should pull it up, and then I'll be able to pull it up, and it will be the main one here on the screen. That way, whenever you guys are talking and going through it, whoever wants to do it, you can have your screen right there in front of you. There we go. I see 7-star Mike's screen with Bullflow pulled up here. Let me get that pulled up. There you go. All right. There you go. Everyone should see the Bullflow right there in real time. I love the way this looks. I'm a dark mode person versus a light mode. So like when I trade, I have black backgrounds on. I can't stand a white background on my charts or even on even like the flow and reading stuff like that with all the data coming out. I just like having the dark background. I just think it looks cleaner. And kind of what Alex said, the platform that they've built is very, very user friendly. It's very simple to navigate. Me and Alex sat down for 30 minutes almost from start to finish, and I mean I was freaking hooked. I mean right after that, and I instantly started jumping in. And again, like he said, I mean Bullflow compared to most ones out there, I mean Bullflow's $29.99 a month. I was like, this is a freaking steal. I was like, this I gotta go see what this is about, and I absolutely love it. So I really want to bring them on here. So I'll go ahead and let you guys or 7-star Mike go ahead and run through it real quick.
So let me say something just real quick, Casey.
Yeah.
Based off of what you said of the dark theme. So after a year and a half, I think we got our first complaint a month ago from a customer who actually ended up canceling, and he said that his reason for canceling was because we don't have, I guess, a light theme or something. So I thought that was really funny. It took us well over a year to get that first complaint of not having just a white background. So just a little fun fact.
That's like an instant thing for me when I see someone's like charts or like whatever they're using, tools or whatever. And if I see a white background, I'm like, I don't want to look at it no more. I'm like, just get it off my screen. It's got to be a dark background. So I mean, I love the way the platform looks. Get this pulled up over here. All right. Mike, do you want to run through Bullflow real quick and just probably talk about just, I guess, the hot topics or the biggest tools that Bullflow has to offer on the platform?
Sure. So what it's basically doing is scanning the entire marketplace for everything that's going on in the options world. Now, we don't show you everything that's happening in the options market because if you saw 5 contracts of Apple, 1 contract of Amazon, it would be nuts. You wouldn't be able to do anything with it. So the algo is set to find specific parameters as a starting point. So what you see on the screen is basically everything that I find to be the base level of what I want to see. Now, a lot of it we just ignore completely. So then people ask, well, there's so much data. Why do you have so much of it on there if you ignore most of it? And what I'm looking for throughout the day from bell to bell is what's going on in the marketplace. What is happening today? And once I find what's normal for today, and that's the stuff that I'm ignoring for the most part, but I need to see it because it's going to set the base level of what's normal for today, then what's abnormal stands out. So there's a ton of data you see flowing through. I'm basically not trading on any of this, but what I'm watching is to see if there's repeat action in a specific contract or a specific name. So what we're really doing is watching for just like what they're called unusual activity. Now, unusual might be a dollar amount. Unusual might be a ticker that sees flow that doesn't normally see flow. So if something normally gets, you know, 100 or $200,000 of options flow, and today for whatever reason it's seeing 600,000, that stands out, and it's going to get me to investigate what's going on. Now the thing with options flow is we'll never know why they're buying any of this. We don't know that. Sometimes we'll buy something and then 2 days later a headline comes out and we go, okay, so they were positioning for this news to come out. But what's on the screen right here, I don't know what they're doing with any of this other than they're buying this or selling this. So again, we don't know the thesis, we just see what's actually happening. So what we have to do with this information is take the unusual aspect of it and just go with that. So again, there's a ton of information on here. I'm ignoring most of it, but what I'm looking for is the base level of what's happening on a daily basis. And then once I understand what the base level is, what today looks like, the abnormal stuff is going to stand out. Now over here in the alert section, if you look to the morning, 9:49:46, we got an NVIDIA alert. 9:50, NVIDIA. 9:51, NVIDIA. So I don't plow into NVIDIA because there's alerts, but what I do is investigate what's going on. And normally when you see something like this, where it's boom, 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 back to back, that's something you want to investigate. And so I did end up taking the 167
live on the stream this morning. When I saw the alerts come in on my phone, there was actual traders that saw the flow when I was talking about. They actually took the NVIDIA 167.5 for this week, and some took the 170s that looked like a profit roll potentially because they were next week expiration. And there was people that made 200% this morning when I was talking about that on those calls because NVIDIA just kept ripping higher, and those 167.5s went in the money. So it was pretty cool. We talked about that about an hour and a half ago.
Those are the ones that I took, the 167.50s. So
nice.
Normally, again, I don't rush into anything just because it's an alert. So really important to understand, the alerts aren't buy alerts. These alerts are telling us that something happened that should be investigated. Now, a lot of times I'll investigate it and say, you know what, it's not for me. It's not the look I'm looking for. It doesn't do what I want it to do. So the alerts, I don't rush into them, but it's a starting point. So when I see something like the NVIDIA 167s, when I see the 162s right after and the 170s, that has to capture your attention because someone's putting money behind 3 different strikes, 2 different expirations, back to back. That's going to capture my attention. So then what I do is I click on that and it isolates it to just that contract. So now everything on the screen is just the 711 167.50s. So what I do from there is I scroll back to the beginning to see how they came into these contracts, because it's not just they came into these contracts. That doesn't mean anything to me. It's how did they come into them? And you can see it started at 30, went to 47, 50, 59. So they already doubled. And then you see some bid side. So it could be some closing out when they doubled the position, but then it goes right back to ask side when they dipped to 40 and 50 again. So ask side, above ask. So that's telling me again, they're getting aggressive with this weekly contract. Now it's a Friday and they expire today, so you've got to be a little careful with them. But I trade same day expirations for SPY and SPX and ES all the time. So I'm not scared of these same day expirations on a Friday. So when you see all this ask and above ask coming in, you can see the contract price is just being driven up and up and up. And that's the type of stuff I'm looking for. You can see it hit 90, 95. This is showing 104%. I think they actually did a little bit better than that. So what I'm looking for is stuff that stands out in the marketplace. And where people go wrong with options flow, the ones that have tried it and couldn't make it work, they're seeing anything. Let's go back to the live flow. Like they see Tesla right here for $35,000 and they go, oh, I want to trade Tesla. I'm going to follow that options flow. That's stuff that isn't generally going to work out because $35,000 in Tesla is just, it's nothing. It wouldn't even capture my attention. For Tesla, it's got to be over $1 million to even start to capture my attention, right? There's so much activity in Tesla. Someone trading $50,000, $60,000 of Tesla just doesn't mean anything. It's not unusual. When you see someone dump 4, 5, 6 million into Tesla, now you got to kind of perk up and see what's going on. So the people that go wrong with options flow will see $135,000 in Apple and go, "Ooh, I need to trade Apple." But if you really understand and learn what options flow is and really learn how to determine what's good versus bad, we started our Discord group in October. And going all the way back to October through present day, all of the callouts have a 76% success rate. No, you can go back a month and say we had a great month. You can go back 2 months and say we had a great 2 months. But if you go all the way back to October, that's just showing you a consistency. So 76% of the stuff that I draw attention to is generating a profit. And I don't consider 10% gains a profit. That's 10% or less to me is a loss because you're not closing for 10% unless you're scalping something. So if it's 10% or less, I don't consider that a profitable trade. So 76% going all the way back to October has generated a profit. And the difference between those who can make it work and those who can't is basically a deep dive into really understanding what's unusual. And the people that don't understand what's unusual, they're taking any trade that they see. Oh, grab 152. Oh, riot 24,000. Those aren't things that you just jump into. So if you really understand what options flow is showing us, and if you really understand what determines unusual, I'm confident that people will be profitable options traders because the system is showing us where the big money is putting their clients' capital. And that's a big thing. They don't expose their clients' capital just saying, you know what, I hope Tesla makes money today. You know what, I hope NVIDIA goes up today. If they're putting millions of dollars into an options position, it's because they either have a research team that you and I don't have access to, or they have inside information that you and I don't have access to, which to me is fine if they do, as long as I can see what they're doing with that information. So some people say, oh, it's not fair. These guys have information that we just can't know. That's true. But if we see that they're dumping $6 million into an options contract, that's telling me that they had information and all I have to do is follow that. And again, 76% of the time it works. Now, it's not magic, although it seems like it. If 76% of the time it works, there's a percentage, 24% of the time that it doesn't work. So you need proper trade management. That's the other thing I see people go wrong with options flow is I'll call out 3, 4, 5 trades in a row that go, monster gains. And then someone says, oh man, the next one you call out, I'm going to take because I missed all those. I'm watching you make all these trades and they're great. The next one you call out, I'm going all in on. They go all in. And what do you know? The next one is a loss, right? So you do need proper trade management. You do need proper risk management. And if you really understand what's unusual, like I said, I'm confident using this system, you will be a profitable trader.
I absolutely love the intake right here from 7-Star Mike. I've recently joined the Discord, and I've reached out to 7-Star Mike as well, and just going through their Discord and all the content that they talk about with Bullflow, and just kind of giving the breakdown of it, because a person that uh, doesn't really understand too much about like options flow and like everything that they see there on the screen, they don't really know how to dissect it. The way that you guys explain it and the things that you post within your Discord, it makes it very simple and easier to kind of understand all of the numbers and all the data that you're seeing there on the screen, but kind of break it down to know what to look for. That way you can separate honestly all the bullshit from like the real things that you really should be watching, which will make you a profitable trader. You want to look at, like you said, all the unusual things, all the small little things here and there. They're not really too important unless you start seeing like those repeated orders, right, coming in, those high alerts, right? Those are the ones that you want to see, and those are my favorite. I love seeing ones that have good size. I love seeing ones that have volume over OI. I love seeing the repeated flow that comes in on the same strike or same name for same expiration, whatever it is. That's someone building a position over and over again. They're hitting these things right now for a reason. If they're doing that, then that's something that us as retail traders should keep an eye on, because they're positioning themselves for something. So if you guys haven't tried out Bullflow, I mean, I highly suggest that as well. Check out their Discord. I believe 7-Star Mike does have an X account, if I'm correct. I know Bullflow does.
I do.
Do you have a link on the Bullflow Twitter account or on your Twitter account or X account? That way, people know where to find your Discord link.
So the Discord is for the members only, so it's on the actual platform itself.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
if you're a member and you go to the so actually right over here, this is our Discord link button right here.
Okay, cool. So when you get the subscription for Bullflow for the $29.99 a month, you can go on the dashboard here online. You just go click on that little Discord icon, and it will take you directly over to the Bullflow Discord as well, where you guys are at.
Yep. And when you do that, it's going to ask you to verify your email address. So you'll be in a welcome room. You won't see any of the room. You'll see a few rooms, but you won't see where we're actually hanging out and trading. So it's going to ask you to verify your email address. Once you verify your email address, it'll unlock all the other rooms. So if you get there and you don't see any of us talking or any of us trading, that's normal. Once you verify the email address, it unlocks all the rest of the rooms. And we have a room called Traders Pit Text where we hang out all day and talk about charts, talk about options flow.
Yep.
I have options flow specifically separated into weekly swings and leaps, so you guys can find the flow directly depending on the types of trades that you take. Our Discord group is a little more quiet than most. So the difference with us is I don't like just constant banter. There's definitely no political arguments or talk. I know I see a lot of that on other Discord groups. So it's very focused. If you scroll through the group, you're going to see that there's either charts or flow or something that we're talking about relating to the market. So it's quieter than most. Some people don't like that. But for me, it's just so streamlined and focused that if I'm looking for information, it's going to be there. I don't have to sort through a whole bunch of information that doesn't pertain to the market. So it's a very streamlined and focused group. We do have the options flow separated. We have some trade ideas separated as well. So you can find the different various information relatively easily, I think. I hate crowded Discord groups. I've seen some that have, 78 different rooms, and you're like, okay, I don't even know where to find information. So we try to make things very easy. Even the dashboard here, like all this up here, you don't have to leave your screen to find the different information. If you want to see calls and ask side, the buttons are right there. You don't have to leave the screen. You don't have to change anything. There is a panel over here for further filters, but for the most part, everything is laid out. The Discord group, the options flow, itself, everything's laid out for just maximum efficiency, for just solid trading information. The information is right there. You don't have to kind of go searching for it. Again, the filters are right here. So everything's designed for maximum efficiency based on, I've been a full-time options trader for 8 years now. And so everything on here is laid out in such a way that the information is showing me what I want to see, where I want to see it. No fumbling around. Everything is just very intuitive, very efficient. So the Discord group kind of follows that as well. It's very streamlined and efficient. The information is, I think, relatively easy to find with no fluff, no nonsense.
No, absolutely. I'm sure you guys have seen. I'm in the. I go over there every now and then, especially when I see some crazy flow come in or I take a trade that's based off of it. I'll be in that Traders Pit channel that 7 Star Mike's talking about. But yeah, what's cool is that right there, when you get Bullflow, when you get access on the dashboard, it has the Discord button, take you straight there. There's 2 channels in there, and that's what he was talking about. They have one for options. It's called Options Flow. They have one for weekly flow and one for swing flow, and that's where they're posting kind of like the ones that are standing out, right? That we want to take more into an account as a trader, separating all the BS ones from the more important flow. And I actually have the notifications turned on for both of those channels. That way, whenever 7 Star Mike sends something in there, I'm like, if he's sending it in there, he's doing it for a reason. It's important. He's found something. He's found an anomaly within the options flow, right? That should be shared. And it means something very important. So just in case I am away from my phone, whatever it is, or I don't, see that flow myself, it's good to have, an expert or another set of eyes that can do it. So I have those notifications turned on to both those channels within the Bullflow Discord. And I mean, it has absolutely helped. I'm sure you guys have seen since I've started using Bullflow, I've posted so many charts along with the flow as confluence, and have taken some amazing trades. MSTR being the best one, so far with that flow. But just using it as an extra tool of confluence, and then seeing the chat and the extra confluence you guys are posting in your Discord room. I absolutely love having that just as, again, just an extra tool in my back pocket to use for my everyday trading. And I mean, so far from from Bullflow, it's been I don't know, a week, and following the flow along with using my own chart technical analysis, because you don't trade just based off one thing, right? You got to make sure you have multiple points of confluence for a trade. And since adding Bullflow into that, and I've taken a few trades so far, just in the last few days, especially again with MSTR, I've already made just a little over $2,000 on some options trades, and that's within a week after utilizing Bullflow. And I think your guys' platform is absolutely amazing, and you guys were talking about the price point on it. I mean, I think it's absolutely a freaking steal for retail traders out there that want to get involved with a solid options flow platform. I think this is absolutely one of the best that every retail trader can affordably utilize every single day in their day-to-day trading. And that's another reason why I want to bring you guys on here, just to talk about the platform. Honestly, I'm hyping you guys up because I love it so much for retail traders, because that's what all these people on X, on YouTube, and Discord, they're just your average or smaller retail trader, usually smaller accounts. They can't spend, hundreds of thousands of dollars on all this, extra stuff. If there's a platform or a tool that's out there that is relatively cheap that these retail traders can use, and you use it as an investment, $30 a month right now. And so far, utilizing it as a tool, it's made me $2,000 so far. I mean, that's a pretty good tool to invest in for an options trader. So, I mean, I think this is a great thing for retail traders to use. So that was one reason why I wanted to bring you guys on here, just to talk about it, because I just think more people should be able to jump into Bullflow, because I absolutely love it for the average retail trader.
And
Yeah,
here's a quick note about the price point is that, yes, it's the least expensive one out there. It doesn't mean we're skimping on the data. So we actually have more data than most of the other scanners out there. And again, so I was an options flow educator for 5 years. And what you see on the screen here is basically 5 years of a deep dive into what options flow works and what options flow doesn't work. So even though we're $29 a month, the data itself rivals. And someone sent me a screenshot the other day. They're like, "Hey, have you ever heard of this company?" And I'm like, I haven't. What is it about? And they're like, "Well, my friend has an options flow service and he pays $450 a month for it." And I'm like, "Okay, send me some screenshots." And I compared the two, and they didn't have the data that we have for $450 a month. So at $29 a month with us, it's not, we're not skimping on the data. Like, you have all of the we call it the institutional grade data. We have all of the data. It's all kind of generated the way that I've learned for 5 years of diving heavily into options flow. So again, it's a low cost, but it's not a low quality. You guys are getting the absolute best data. You're just not paying as much as what the other guys are charging for it.
Yeah, I can absolutely attest to that, because it was funny the other day. I think it was on Wednesday. There was some unusual flow that came in on Amazon on Bullflow. The second I got the alert, I screenshotted it and I put it within my Discord. Within seconds, somebody else in my Discord who utilizes another options flow company, not going to even talk about them, but they charged for their subscription, I believe it was about $125 a month. And the data came in at the exact same time that your guys did. So I know that the data it's accurate and it's not delayed as these other options flows out there. So, I mean, I can attest to that 100%. That I believe that happened. It was on Wednesday. I could go back and find it, but it came in at the exact second, because right when I posted it, they posted theirs as well. And then we started looking at Amazon and some other things. So, no, I 100% can back that up, that just because, it's $30 a month doesn't mean, it's not high quality or whatever it is. It's absolutely high quality. So
that's
I
the
think,
cool thing
again,
about options flow, right? Is people think like, oh, well, so the big money paid $1.20 for those contracts and you saw the information. There's no way I can pay $1.20 and get in. But this is real time. Like this timestamp here, that's when the options contract filled on the exchange and it shows up on the scanner at the exact same time. So there's a lot of people that think, well, you can't do what the big money does, and you absolutely can. There's plenty of times I see an alert for, let's say, $3 contract, and I'm in at $3.02. I mean, you can also get an alert for $3 and one red candle, and you're in for $2.90, right? So you can
I did that.
absolutely
I
get
did that
filled
the
at
other
the
day
same
on a
price as the
trade.
big money.
It actually pulled back a little bit because when I clicked on it and I got the notification, I went and looked at the chart and kind of just did my own technical analysis on it to see if it kind of lined up with what the flow was saying, the bullish flow. And I was like, yeah, I kind of like that, but I had a level where I wanted it to kind of retest or hold real quick. And about 15 minutes go by, and it actually does. That position actually dropped down just a little bit, nothing crazy, but it dropped down, I think, about like 5.5, 6%. So, and then I got in on the trade, and then lo and behold, that trade actually went plus 30, 40% later on. So the data still, came in, I mean, right when it was supposed to, and it's not like it was delayed whatsoever. And then when I went and did my own homework and technical analysis on it, it pulled back just a little bit. I took the same trade, got a slightly better entry than what the position that I saw come in on Bullflow. But then, it ended up playing out regardless. I mean, from where the entry was, just off a few percent, but actually got in a little bit cheaper. And I mean, looking at it in real time is one reason why I want to pull it up, just so people can actually see it work in real time right here as well, just to verify for themselves, seeing all those orders come in. So, I mean,
To me, that's unique. Is like we can literally see millions, like tens of millions of dollars back to back to back just flood the market. And we don't know who it is. Sometimes we'll see a report later on that, oh, so-and-so bought this. But to see like 30, 40, 50 million dollars being just transacted on the marketplace as it's actually happening, to me, that's just fascinating to be like, okay, someone with super deep pockets just put, what was, Alex can tell you, what was that ticker that day after day after day, it was just 10 million, 20 million, 100 million, 200 million.
ARM, we've seen the past, is it 2 months or so, consistently. I think it's the June 2027s. I think it started around the 115 strikes, and just every day we saw $10 million going in at 115 strike, then 120, 130, consistently going up. And, we verified it with the open interest that they were accumulating and holding those positions. That was really cool to see. And I think we got another $10 million ARM trade today, if I'm not mistaken.
There was some leaps on it today for sure, but just again to see day after day, like all said and done, it was like $200 or $300 million. Whatever it was insane, and we're just watching it every day.
And it's
so every single day, someone's just adding to this position by $10 million, and just again, to me, that's just fascinating to watch it happen in real time.
Yeah.
No, I absolutely agree. I don't want to take up too much of your guys' time. I got to jump off here in a few, but I mean, I appreciate you guys coming on and just giving us, all the viewers. There's 3,600 people right now watching this live stream between X and YouTube. So I mean, I appreciate.
So before we
leave,
we'll figure out how to do this, but I've got a checklist for options flow that basically will help you guys find the parameters that I'm looking for. If you want, I can send it to you, and you can send it out to your Discord group or your members or Twitter or X. It's basically the criteria that I look for as a starting point for the high probability options flow. So let's coordinate. I'll get it out to you guys. You can send it out to your members, however it's convenient. But it's the cheat sheet for the starting point, and it's the highest of basically the best of the best high probability flow. And from there, you can adjust it, right? So I'm going to show you guys the absolute top tier. And then there's stuff that doesn't have everything on the checklist met, but it's still very good looking flow. It's just not going to be top tier. But that checklist is going to be a starting point for the absolute best looking flow. And like I said, when we're done with this, coordinate with me. I'll send you the graphic, and you can get that out to your guys. But again, we have a 76% success rate with options flow, following basically what that checklist is telling you to look for. And if you ask any trader out there if they have a 76% success rate, you won't find a whole lot of that. It's unheard of. Now, my personal success rate is less than that because I do trade other stuff that's also not just options flow. But if you just, and I don't know why I don't do this, but if you just do top tier options flow, you're going to have, a 76 to 80% success rate. But I'll get you guys that checklist because it's really a great starting point for the best of the best. And then again, from there, you can kind of loosen the parameters a little bit to still find really amazing flow. But you need a starting point for something. So I'm going to start with the absolute top tier flow, and I'll get you guys that checklist just to cut down the learning curve by months or even years. So that'll help you guys out with where just to even start with options flow.
Sweet. Awesome. Yeah, we already got, I just put there on the screen. Someone already said they would love to see it. Thanks, guys. So yeah, we definitely coordinate that. You'll be able to send it to me over in DMs and probably the Discord message that we have going on. And then this afternoon, I'll go ahead and tag you guys in that, and we'll post that out there and give them a little bit of a cheat sheet there. That way it helps them.
Cool. And then for those of you that are still skeptical, we have a free trial. So, you can always try us out, cancel within that free week anytime. And you can go ahead and use code KC, right? 20% off first month. And then you have your own link, so you can throw that in there as well.
Yeah, we will absolutely make sure to throw that out there. Yeah, they have the 7-day free trial. Obviously, go ahead and test it out. Get to see how the platform looks for you. Like I said, it's very, very easy, I think, to understand once you get the hang of it. It's very user-friendly. And then we'll get you tied to that cheat sheet as well for those settings, be able to, find those unusual flows that are coming in. And then just, test it out for a week and then see if you like it. And then if so, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think for $29.99 a month, I mean, it's a freaking steal. And then alone, just the Discord as well that you get access to when you do have the subscription for Bullflow. I think that's a double whammy right there, being able to see all those things you guys are posting in the Discord. That alone has helped me a lot as well, having those notifications turned on, because, again, you guys are the experts. And when I see those notifications going off in those channels, I mean, just having the other set of eyes on it has been super, super helpful. So, I mean, hopefully people are going to take advantage of your guys' free trial and the platform right now where it's at. So we'll definitely get all those links and everything posted out and let people try it out. But that is it for me. So real quick, before I jump off, this was a trade setup that we were looking at. If you guys haven't looked at Google, absolutely insane. We drew this chart earlier for Google. We put the rocket ship emoji and the magnet for it to get the breakout to go to 180, and it is absolutely on a tear right now. Everyone is going crazy right now because of this move on Google. This is absolutely insane. I had to show this on the live stream before I jumped off and get a screenshot of this thing. That is an insane chart and move on Google. Those 180 0 DTEs, they are, what are they up? They're up 500% right now. That is absolutely insane. So, but Alex and 7-Star Mike, again, I appreciate you guys coming on. We'll definitely have to do this again in the future. We'll set something up, and again, we'll get that cheat sheet out there, get everything posted this afternoon. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. I appreciate you guys for coming on today.
Thank you as well. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for having us on.
All right, you guys take care. Everyone else, have a great rest of your day. Appreciate you. Later.
All right, thank you.